Hello students, welcome to engineering assignments. In engineering assignments, we were studying a subject called as data mining and warehousing. In that, we are going to discuss about the data warehousing. So, before I go into data warehousing in detail, let me give you an idea about what is data warehouse. Let us take the example of Reliance Fresh. You know that the Reliance Fresh is having many branches in India. For the time being, I am assuming only 8 branches here. Now, the owner of the Reliance Fresh, his owner, will be asking the manager, what is the sales today? Okay. Now, what this manager will be doing? The manager will be going to one store and he will find out the sales which has happened. Next, it will go to 2, then 3, then 4, then he will go to 5, then 6, then he will go to 7, then he will go to 8. And from this, the manager will come to know about the sales and he will pass on sales information to our owner. Now again this owner is asking for which product has been sold more today. Now this manager has to go again to the first store, second store, third store, fourth store, fifth store, sixth, seventh and eighth store, and he will get the information about which product has been sold too much in today, and he will give the information to the owner. But again the owner will ask something else. Then this poor manager has to go through all these branches. This is a very difficult process. So there is a concept called as data warehouse, which collects the information from various sources, that is from the store 1, from the store 2, from the store 3, from the store 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, and all together will be collected at this place. Now this owner doesn't even want the sales manager to know about the details he wants. This data warehouse can be considered as a big database where all information is being kept. Okay, so this is data warehouse concept. Now we can say that the data warehouse is a big collection of data from all small databases, and it can be considered as a godown where all data are stored. Okay, now I think you might have got some idea. Now let me put this data warehouse into words. That is, data warehouse refers to the database that is maintained separately from an organizational operational database. Operational database means it is the ordinary database which is used. Now this data warehouse is made up of 4 key terms. First one is subject oriented, next one integrated, third one time variant, and the fourth one is non-volatile. Okay. Now, what do you mean by subject oriented? Subject oriented means that this data warehouse will be revolving around major entity or subjects like customer, sales, product, etc. And integrated means the data is collected from various sources and integrated together. Time variant means the data stored inside this data warehouse is historical data, that is from past 5 to 10 years. Next term is non-volatile. Non-volatile means that the data cannot be removed. In ordinary database, there is 2 operations, that is read or write operations. But in our data warehouse, we just have storing and reading operation only. In data warehouse, you can only append the data. Now, let me put it into words. Data warehouse is a subject-oriented, integrated, time-variant and non-volatile collection of the data in support of management decision-making process. So, I told you it's used for decision-making process by top-level managers. Now, subject-oriented. A data warehouse is organized around the major subjects such as time variant and non-volatile collection of the data in support of management's decision customer, supplier, product and sales. Next is integrated. Data warehouse is usually constructed by integrating multiple heterogeneous sources such as relational database, flat files, and online transaction records. So the third term is time variant. The data are stored to provide information from a historical perspective. Every key structure in the data warehouse contains either implicitly or explicitly an element of time. Now the fourth point is non-volatile. A data warehouse is always a physically separate store of data transformed from the application data found in the operational environment. Due to this separation, a data warehouse does not require transaction processing, recovery, and concurrency control mechanism that is found in your ordinary database. Now, it is usually requires only two operations of data accessing, initial loading of the data and accessing of the data. Now, we have discussed about the data warehouse. Now, let us check what is data warehousing. Data warehouse is a process of constructing and using data warehouses. The construction of the data warehouse requires data cleaning, data integration and data consolidation. And the utilization of the data warehouse often necessitates a collection of decision support technology. This allows the knowledge workers like your managers, analysts, executives to use the data warehouse to quickly and conveniently obtain an overview of the data and to make the sound decision based on the information in the warehouse. So it is very much beneficial for business purposes. Now some more points about the data warehouse. Data warehouse refers to a data repository that is maintained separately from an organization's operational databases. Operational database is an ordinary database that we are using. And the data that are mostly historical and not frequently updated are stored inside huge history database called as data warehouse. So ordinary operational data, it will be storing day-to-day records. But in data warehouse, what it is done is that the historical data and not frequently updated data that will be stored inside it. And these data are used by the top level managers for decision making process, especially for prediction, comparison, etc. Data warehouse are not updated regularly, rather that they are appended regularly. Live transaction data are updated, becomes a history data of warehouse later for analysis purpose. Now this data will be used for analysis purpose. Now the difference between operational database system, that is the ordinary database system, and data warehouse. The operational database system, the main task is to perform online transaction and query processing. And this system is called as OLTP system, that is online transaction processing system. They cover most of the day-to-day operations of an organization such as purchasing, inventory, manufacturing, banking, payroll, registration and accounting. So it is used for storing their day-to-day operations. Next is data warehouse. Data warehouse serves the user or knowledge worker in the role of data analysis and decision making. Such system can organize and present the data in various formats in order to accommodate the need of the different users. And this system are known as online analytical processing, that is OLAP systems. Now the difference between OLTP and data warehouse. First one, OLTP is designed to support business transaction support, but data warehouse is designed to support decision making process. Data is volatile, that is it can be removed. But in data warehouse, it is not volatile. OLTP can hold the current data, but data warehouse holds the historical data, that is 5 to 10 years. Now OLTP have detailed data, but data warehouse will be having summarized data. In OLTP, there will be normalized data. In data warehouse, there will be denormalized data. Next, OLTP is designed to run the business, but data warehouse is designed for analyzing the business. OLTP is used by the clerical and end users, but data warehouse is always used by the manager. So it is used for managerial access. OLTP is designed using ER modeling and data warehouse dimensional modeling. Now, OLTP is transactional processing. Data warehouse does query processing. The database size is from 10 MB to 100 GB, whereas data warehouse will have much more size, that is 100 GB to 2 TB database size. So students, we have studied what is data warehouse and difference between operational database and data warehousing, also the difference between OLTP and data warehouse. I hope it is clear to you. Thank you students. Thank you for watching my video.